Since installing the foam cliffside, I'm finally forced to deal with this weird little triangular gap near the proposed waterside development. The wheels of government turn slowly because that space has been there since 1999. Decades later, I now see the path forward, and it will be filled with rocks and trees. With all due modesty, I can actually admit that my skills at carving styrofoam have been improving. I'm still cutting and gluing 2-inch thick chunks of insulation, but somewhere along the way, I realized that they don't all have to be completely horizontal to each other. The bottom piece will be cut at a slight angle and will have a larger boulder perched on top, as if the bigger stone fell from the cliffside above. Even some of the leftover shavings can be reused to help break up the squarish shapes of the blocks beneath. Most will be thrown away, but after a while, you can begin to pick out pieces that will add to the random nature of fallen rocks. January and February are two of my least favorite months. It's too cold, I don't ski or go sled riding anymore, and shoveling the driveway is just no fun. So when I see pine trees covered in snow on my work table, my first thought is how to change them. 6 weeks ago, I could have bought this entire bag of trees after Christmas at Walmart for less than $2. But I didn't, so with shipping from eBay, it was closer to 12. These are very cheaply made, and they were squished a little bit during shipping, but I can still make them work. I'm not sure what kind of white paint was used, but it's not overly thick, so a few light coats of dark green should return them to a late summer kind of seasonal appearance. For 2 decades, I had ceramic Christmas buildings on my layout. I'm starting to phase them out in favor of a more realistic look. And these trees aren't half bad, with only a few minor changes. The snow will soon be gone, and I'll remove the bases. I think they'll work just fine. The green is a big improvement, but maybe it's a little too dark. So I'll just lighten things up a bit with a sandy khaki color. Not only is there a seasonal change going on with the pines, but it's also time to think about weathering the foam rocks. The black base coat has dried a little bit more than I would have liked. In previous videos, I would have started with the light gray sooner for a wider variety of mid-tones, but this can still work. I'll just have to gradually build up the opacity of the lighter color. For the vertical surfaces, my brush moves from top to bottom. And for the angled areas, I try to imagine which way rainwater might flow across the rocks and follow in that direction. That's really just a general sort of rule. It's not set in stone. My main goal of dry brushing is to pick out and highlight the edges plus the other random details, while leaving the black paint in the cracks and beneath the overhangs. The black and gray are finished. Now I'll use light tan to further pick out the edges and to add some warmth to the cooler colors, and also to maybe give the whole thing a dustier appearance. This is the 7th episode in my series about sculpting rocks from foam insulation. Way back when I began, I described this corner of my layout as modular. There will be 2 display areas above, whose theme or appearance I can change with removable sections. This piece will also be removable so that I can alter or replace it easily sometime down the road. The house, the boat, and the figures are all just temporary. They're for the photos to showcase the new rocks and trees. Eventually, I'd like to redo the dockside area and replace the blue painted water with epoxy resin for a more realistic look. That might have to wait until next summer. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.